Morbid obesity is the #1 health problem in the United States today. In fact, not just in the United States, but all over the world. We are no longer even the most obese nation. However, the average body mass index in the United States is 31.6, meaning that half the population is obese. And think about what an average means. It means that those people in that area, many of them are morbidly obese. Again, we define morbid obesity as a body mass index of greater than 35, and that's somebody that I'm interested in as a candidate for surgery. Nobody knows why this obesity pandemic started, but what we can say is there are a couple of common factors that we see, mainly the growth of processed foods and a sedentary lifestyle. Now, we're all genetically designed to hold on to energy once we put it into our bodies and store it as a form of fat, but our bodies were never intended to store the kind of energy that we have readily available to us, and again, most of the population does live a sedentary lifestyle. I like to use the example of sitting in a chair. Most of us don't work outside, don't dig ditches, aren't building buildings. In fact, that's a small percentage of the population. And when we sit in a chair in our office, we burn 10 calories an hour. Well, 3,500 calories equals a pound of fat. And we all know that we have a certain amount of calories we have to take in so we don't lose weight. And if we take in less than that, we are going to lose weight. If we take in more than that, we're going to gain weight. So we know the equation of energy in has to equal energy out, or something's going to change. But managing that equation on a day-to-day basis is extremely difficult. What I consider my patients as, my bariatric patients, are experts at weight loss, but what they're not experts at is keeping it off. And my patients can tell me diets I haven't even heard of. They've tried everything under the sun. But when we have a body that's designed to hold on to energy once that it's put it on, it's very difficult for us to break through those barriers. In fact, our body goes into what's called permissive starvation when we try to diet. So no matter how much we try to restrict our caloric intake, we find that our body will try to overcome that and will become more efficient, and it becomes harder and harder. So we go into this cycle where we finally can't beat our own body's mechanisms. Anybody that's tried to diet will tell you that. They'll tell you that for about the first 4 to 6 months, they did pretty good, and they can lose amazing amounts of weight. Patients will commonly tell me they've lost 80 pounds on a diet. But at 4 to 6 months, those mechanisms of our body kick back in, and we start to see that weight gain come back. And these are smart, motivated people like you are. But the problem is you're fighting against this design or evolution, however you want to term it, that it's almost impossible to go against. Obesity is a disease. The Centers for Disease Control and the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare termed it a disease, finally. Thank goodness, it's not a condition. And just like you might have diabetes or you might have high blood pressure, you have obesity. And what I find as a bariatric surgeon is that we turn off a large segment of the population to the full range of treatments for obesity. Weight loss surgery is not for everybody, but weight loss surgery is a valid treatment option for people with morbid obesity. In fact, it's been proven over and over again to be the most effective long-term treatment of obesity and the associated comorbid conditions or diseases that go along with obesity. And just like we wouldn't keep someone from getting a heart bypass because they smoked and put themselves in that position, we should not ever turn somebody away from weight loss surgery because they ate and put themselves in that position. If it was something that simple, half of our population wouldn't be obese.